Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. So as you can tell by the title of today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I made my shortbread cookies at home. So I have been seeing absolutely everywhere on my socials, lots of people trying the new M&S shortbread cookies. So I took inspiration from them. I have not tried the ones from M&S. I'm sure they are delicious, but yeah, I've not tried them. But I just really like the look of them. They looked absolutely delicious. So I thought if I could just make something similar at home, at least then I know what they kind of taste like. I know they are nothing like the M&S ones. M&S ones are, I believe, the chocolate button ones. I improvised. I didn't have chocolate buttons or any other chocolate at home. The only thing I did have is chocolate chunks. So that's what I ended up using. But shortbread is usually very easy, simple and straightforward to make. I have made it before on my channel. I made shortbread fingers. So this time I am making the shortbread cookies, the chocolate chunk cookies. So yeah, I'm not saying that these are anything like the M&S ones. I only took inspiration from them. It's like taking any sort of ideas from a recipe, changing it a little bit and making it your own. So that's what I did with these cookies, and they were absolutely delicious. I made them for the first time, and because they turned out so good, I actually am sharing this recipe, because if it would have been a flop, I would not be making this video right now. So if you're like me and you love shortbread, then please try out this recipe. It's so simple, only requires 4 ingredients. So yeah, let me show you how I made them. If you do try and recreate this recipe, please do let me know down below. Tell me what you thought of them. And I'm just going to get straight into it and show you how I made them.
So first thing, you're going to want to grab a bowl, and then you're going to be adding in 300 grams of plain flour. Next we add in 100 grams of sugar. Then we're adding 200 grams of butter. Now this should be softened. I did have to melt mine in the microwave just a little bit. And then you just want to go in with your hands. So you want to mix everything together, and this is kind of going to turn into a kind of a crumbly dough, and that is exactly what you are looking for. So just be patient with it. It kind of does come together pretty quickly. So you should end up with something that looks like a dough, but it is going to be extremely crumbly, but that is the texture we are going for. So once you have something that looks like this, it is now time to add in your choice of chocolate. Now I am just going to be adding in some chocolate chunks. Like I mentioned, this is all I had, so I'm adding 100 grams of chocolate chunks in there. And then you carefully want to combine the chocolate with the dough. So once you've combined it really well, then your shortbread dough is ready to go. So in the meantime, I just grabbed a baking tray. I didn't line mine or even butter it, because it is non-stick and this dough has plenty of butter in there. So the key is to try and get this as flat as possible. Now if you have a better method than I do, then completely go for that. I just went in with my hands and did my best, and this is how flat I managed to get it. So at this point I added a sprinkling of sugar. Now I didn't have granulated sugar. This is actually caster sugar I'm using in the recipe, and to sprinkle, it's all I had and it worked fine. Now let's bake on the middle shelf in my air fryer oven. I chose the second preset, which is 140 degrees Celsius for 40 minutes. So after 40 minutes, your shortbread should be completely done. Now that it is still nice and hot, you want to cut out your desired shape and size, because if you let this cool completely, then it will be impossible to cut it without everything just crumbling all over the place. So I kind of just chose the size that I wanted to go with. At first I thought this is how I was going to keep it, but then I thought they are way too big, so then I decided to go for smaller pieces. And now you just have to be patient and let this cool completely. So I waited for about an hour and a half, and then I came back and carefully tried to take the first piece out. It's always a struggle getting that first one out, but this is how they turned out, and they turned out perfect, to be honest. I didn't expect them to turn out this good, but they really did. You can see how crumbly the texture is. That dusting of sugar over the top just gives it the perfect taste and texture. and here's a little bite that I've taken out of it, and I can confirm these were absolutely delicious. Here they all are stacked up together, so please try this recipe, you will not be disappointed.
And there we go, guys. That is how easy it is to make these shortbread cookies. They honestly turned out delicious. I did cut them into quite large pieces, kind of to make them similar to the ones that you can get in the stores. And honestly, they were really, really good. I can imagine though they would be a lot better with actual chocolate, maybe chunks, say a dairy milk, even the buttons. If you do have chocolate buttons, try it with them. I had chocolate chunks, that's the only thing I had, so I used them. But next time I make them, I will definitely be changing up the chocolate that I use. But honestly, they turned out so, so good. If you love shortbread, then you will love these. They are not too sweet. They are just a perfect amount of sweetness. And yeah, everybody loves them. So please give this recipe a go if you like the look of them. And yeah, don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. Comment down below if you tried out the recipe. And I will see you all really soon in my next one.